Is there any Vince Carter in your game? What about your game do you feel you took from Vince?
No, probably the passion that he plays with. He's a unique player. You can't replicate that. But the passion that stood out to me when I watched him after he dunked, after he made a big shot, and how much he loved to play. You could tell he was excited. That just made me go out there and be more free as a player when I was a kid. Because I'm just like, if he expressing himself like that, I think I can too. So I think I took that from Vince. Obviously his highlights and his athleticism stood out, but like his passion for the game is something that I really appreciated.
I just want to point out, Vince Carter, I did not bring up your name in terms of just out of the air. He has long said that you were his favorite player growing up. He loved watching you. What is your reaction to hearing exactly why and how?
Golly, it's an honor. Like I say, I've watched Kevin obviously going against him and everything, and just think back to his career. Well, first of all, I'll say I once heard the whispers. Yeah, he got me right there on the crossover. Ooh, caught me right there. Caught me slipping. But no, and he hit the game winner after I hit that shot. I remember all of these. But let me tell you, I heard whispers, and I was like, okay, he's a fan. Oh, I'm his favorite player. Okay, cool. Yeah. But people say that, and then to actually hear it from the horse's mouth, it's unbelievable. And getting the opportunity to play against him, watching him as a rookie. And remember hearing how they said, could he survive in the league because he wasn't strong enough, and so on and so forth. To watch him grow into the best scorer in the game's history. Offensively, what can he not do? He could do it all. He, at one point it was like, oh, he can only go left in the hesitation and in scouting. That's what you guard him on. And now he can go right. He can go whatever he wants. He'll pull up. He can shoot. He can do it all. So it's just been great to see him mature, grow, and become a champion and do it his way.
Absolutely. Well, it's an honor in both directions, Vince. Let's talk a little MVP, friends. Nikola Jokic, the clear front runner for MVP, according to an ESPN straw poll of NBA media members. Our own Tim Bontemps has been doing this for years. He has a whole system. He polls people who are voters. He polls people from different markets. He uses the same point system that the NBA uses. Embiid here in second, Giannis in third, Dame in fourth, Harden in fifth. Zach, where is your head as a voter? Do you think the MVP is the Joker's to lose at this point?
I do. I think given all the games that all the other candidates have missed and are missing, and how outstanding Jokic has been, the award is exclusive. The wild card is, what happens if Denver without Jamal Murray, now they won last night by a lot, what happens if they fall to fifth in the West? And I think some voters will look at that and say, well, fifth is pretty low for an MVP. Russ won around that range with his team around that range, so it's possible. And the Sixers, well, they're first. That line doesn't hold a lot of water with me because record-wise, there's only a couple games separating Philly and Denver. Their point differential is about the same. And a team that plays in the West is playing a much tougher schedule than a team that plays in the East. But I do think if they were to fall to fifth and Philly stays in first, I think some voters will look a little sideways at that. But to me, right now we're heading toward a pretty clear Jokic win.
Well said. I agree. I think it's his to lose, and he's done a great job of getting his body in shape and transforming his body into the player that he's become. Playing every game, not missing a game, producing a walking triple-double at the big man position. Can do it all. Any pass you want in the game, he can do. But he had a supporting cast, and he had Jamal Murray to fall on when he maybe had a slow first half or so on, and he has some great players. Adding Aaron Gordon is great, and it helps their team, and it will help him. But it's not Jamal Murray, and they're still building chemistry. He and Gordon, that is. But I think I'm interested to see how things work out for him as we move on into the final parts of the season, because a lot is going to be asked of him to do, and he's going to probably play more minutes. The ball is going to come through him, as we know, to score a little more. And I'm just curious to see, and I hope he stays healthy, of course, but I'll be interested to see if he can hold on.
Well, this year more than ever, I just think it's a little dangerous to make pronouncements at any point through the season. There was a point where it looked like LeBron would be unstoppable, but then he got hurt. There was a point where Embiid looked like he would be unstoppable. He got hurt. Then he came back. How is that going to influence how he plays through the next few weeks? And I looked up, Embiid has missed 18 of Philadelphia's 54 games. Well, once that number grows to 72, is that 18 going to seem smaller? Nikola Jokic, on the other hand, so far has played every single one of Denver's games, but we don't know what's going to happen in the last quarter of the season. I do think the standings thing, Zach, is going to come into play for some voters. I also think this year you might have some voters struggle a little bit with just the label of these are, quote, historic numbers. And that's true for Nikola Jokic. It's true in some cases with the Embiid question, career numbers, things like that. What does that even mean this season? We have seen such a bloated rise in scoring. You have to take all of that with a grain of salt. I personally loved watching Joel last night. I think the fact that Philadelphia is in #1 matters, but we're just going to have to wait to see the rest of the season. And if Nikola Jokic can do this without Jamal Murray, that is going to matter too. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.